In the diagram, the line segment has a slope of minus 3 over 2. The value of b is. Well, the slope, as you hopefully remember, is rise over run. And they are telling you that it's negative 3 over 2. The rise is going to be 0 minus b over 8 minus 0. So if you do the cross multiplication, this looks like minus 3 over 2 over minus b over 8. And then we can cross multiply now. So this will be minus 24 is equal to minus 2b, and dividing you get b is equal to 12. So number 7, the answer is B. For what value of k is the line through the points 3, 2k plus 1, and 8, 4k minus 5 parallel to the x-axis? Let's draw a quick diagram and let's illustrate. This line, whatever line it is parallel to the x-axis. So it's something like this. So we have 2 points. The first point is 3 something. And obviously that's, let's say here, where this is 3 on the x-axis. And then the next point is 8 something. So approximately here. Now, in order for this line to be parallel, that means the y values of these 2 points have to be the same. So if this is 3, 2k plus 1, and this is 8, 4k minus 5, the y values, which are this one and this one, have to be the same. And that would be the y value on the y-axis. So 2k plus 1 is equal to 4k minus 5. And therefore 6 is equal to 2k, and therefore k is equal to 3. So number 8, the answer is B. The line with equation y is equal to x plus 4 is translated down 4 units. The y-intercept of the resulting line is. Let's draw a little graph here. Let's just plot this really quick. When x is 0, it would be 4, and when x is minus 4, it would be 0. So that line basically is a line that goes through those 2 points, obviously. So something like that. And then we're translating it down 6 units. So we're going to basically bring it down to 6 units. So approximately here. And it's going to be parallel. It's the same line, just bringing it down 6 units. So this was 4. So 6 units below 4 is 4 minus 6, which is negative 2. So that would be the y-intercept of the resulting line. So number 6, the answer is E. For what value of k is the line through the points 3, 2k plus 1, and 8, 4k minus 5 parallel to the x-axis? So let's draw a graph like this. And we want a line that is parallel to the x-axis like that. So the first point, let's say it's 3 right here, and the second point is 8 right here. So this is 3, 2k plus 1, that point. And this point here is 8, 4k minus 5. Now, if they are on this line that's parallel to the x-axis, that means the y-coordinates are the same. So this is equal to that. And that y-coordinate is right there. So that means that 2k plus 1 is equal to 4k minus 5. So 6 is equal to 2k, and therefore k is equal to 3. Number 8, the answer is A. Which of the following lines, when drawn together with the x and y axis, encloses an isosceles triangle? Well, let's just draw a graph and see what kind of scenario we can create. Well, we want an isosceles triangle, so something like this, right? Where this side is the same as that side. And of course, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now this line is going to be one of these 5 lines, and we have to figure out which one it is. Well, the only way it's going to be an isosceles triangle, obviously, is if this side is equal to that side. And that basically means that the x-intercept, which is right here, has to be the same as the y-intercept in terms of its numerical value. And if you fiddle around with these equations, you'll find that this one gives you that. So if y is equal to minus x plus 4, the x-intercept, you set y equal to 0. So minus x plus 4. That means x is 4. So x is 4 is where that line crosses the x-axis. To find the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0 in this equation. So that would mean y is equal to 0 plus 4, and therefore y is 4. So this is going to be 4. And therefore, as you can see, those two lines, or those two sides of that triangle, both equal 4, thus creating a isosceles triangle. So the answer to number 9 is C. If the line that passes through the points 2, 7, and 3a has a slope of 2, the value of a is. All lines have the form y is equal to mx plus b. First, let's substitute this guy. And that would give me 7 is equal to m, which is 2, right? Slope is 2. X is 2 in this coordinate, plus b. So that means b is equal to 3. So that means that equation is y is equal to 2x, since the slope is 2, plus 3. So now we substitute in this point. 3a is equal to 2 times a plus 3. Therefore, a is equal to 3. So number 6, the answer is C. Which of the following points lies on the line that passes through negative 2, 1 and 2, 5? Well, let's draw a little graph here, and let's see what we get. First, I'll just make the sketch. Minus 2, 1. So minus 2 is here, 1 is here. So there's the point, minus 2, 1. And then 2, 5. So 2 is here, 5 is approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is here. Now, you have two choices in this question. You can just do it approximately. You just connect them in a very crude way, right? And you say, well, it looks like of the answer choices, this one passes through that line. And, that's a perfectly fine way of doing it. Or you could do it the more scientific way, which is actually figuring out the equation of the line. And it won't take that long. Just substitute in that point, and when you do, you get 1 is equal to minus 2m plus b. Substitute that point, and you get 5 is equal to 2m plus b. Adding these two, you get 6 is equal to 2b, and b, therefore, is 3. And then you substitute that into any of these to get the value for m. 5 will be 2m plus 3, and therefore m is equal to 1. So very quickly, we were able to get the equation. It's x plus 3. And this point 0, 3 does indeed satisfy that equation. When x is 0, y is, of course, 3. So either way, this is, of course, the better way. But even this way, when you drew the graph, you'll be able to get the answer. Number 10, therefore, is C. Which of the 5 graphs is linear with a slope of 0? Linear means a straight line. So immediately we can eliminate this guy right here. And that would be choice E, I guess. Yeah. So the remaining straight lines, which one has a slope of 0? Well, if you remember, slope is equal to rise over run, right? And for the slope to be equal to 0, that means the rise must be 0. The run can't be 0, right? Because if the run is 0, then this would be undefined. You can't put 0 in the denominator. But you can put 0 in the numerator. So if you put 0 as the numerator, it means the rise is 0. So that means there's no rise. The line doesn't go up or down. It just stays flat like a horizontal line. And of these, the only horizontal line is this one right here. So number 6, that would be graph Q, which is answer choice B. An expression that produces the values in the second row of the table, given the values of n in the first row, is. What we have to do is figure out which one of these, if you plug these values in, will give you these values. And some of you can do that in your head, and others take a little bit of time. And you have a choice. Either you can kind of do it for every single one, a little bit time consuming, or you can kind of think about what's going on over here. Well, 1 goes to 1, nothing changes there. This 2 goes to 3. 3 goes to 5, 4 goes to 7, 5 goes to 9. Okay, so what's happening here? Well, actually, it's every consecutive odd number. So they're just basically consecutive odd numbers. And consecutive odd numbers are of the form 2n plus 1 or 2n minus 1. Because even numbers are always of the form 2n. If you want an odd number, you add 1 or you subtract 1. So which one of these answer choices is one of these guys? And when you stare at it, you realize that the only one is this one. And let's verify. It won't take that long. When n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I plug them into 2n minus 1. When n is 1, this would become 2 times 1 minus 1, which is 1. When n is 2, it would become 4 minus 1, which is 3. When n is 3, this expression would become 6 minus 1, which is 5. When n is 4, it would become 7. And when n is 5, it would become 2 times 5 minus 1, which is 10 minus 1, which is 9. So indeed, this is the expression. So number 9, the answer is E. In the diagram, the shaded region is bound by the x-axis and the y equals x line, and y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. The area of the shaded region is. All right. Okay, so what's my strategy here? Well, this is the origin, right here. So the first thing, of course, is I've got to figure out the length from there to there, and I can do that by figuring out where does this line cross the x-axis. So what is that line? It's this one right here. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 3. I've got to figure out basically the coordinate of x. So it's the x-intercept. X-intercept, set y to 0. Minus 2x plus 3. 2x equals 3, and therefore x is equal to 3 over 2. So that's the first very important piece of information. That distance is 3 over 2. Now, of course, like all triangles, I've got to figure out the height. The height is approximately from there to there, right? So if I can figure out that height, I'll be able to solve for the area. How do I do that? Is I've got to figure out this point. What is that point? What is the, in particular, the y-coordinate? The y-coordinate is what I need for that point. And that point is the intersection of two lines, the first line being y equals x, and the second line being y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. So x is equal to negative 2x plus 3, like that. Bring it over and you get 3x is equal to 3. X is therefore equal to 1. But I want the y-coordinate of that. Okay, no problem. Plug it back into either of these. And if you do, you get y is equal to 1. So there we go. That means that this height is 1. And we have enough to figure out the area of the shaded region. 1/2 base times height. The base is 3 over 2. The height is 1. And therefore that is 3 over 4. So number 10, the answer is A.